and welcome to this week's edition of CGConnect, brought to you by Clifford, Gouldson lawyers. This week we're standing in front of the second range crossing construction activity, which you can see in the background, and I'm here today with Kylie Howell, the head of our construction practice at Clifford, Gouldson lawyers. Welcome, Kylie.
Thanks, Ben.
I thought today we might talk a little bit about what we've seen in recent days in the media, which is a significant number of announcements about construction activity across Toowoomba and the Darling Downs community. Obviously, that brings great opportunity to construction businesses in the region. And Kylie, as the head of our construction practice, certainly has a few important tips for players in the construction industry if they wish to participate and get involved in that activity in the coming years. So Kylie, from your perspective, what are some key tips for construction businesses to take account of?
I think the first thing that's really important is for construction businesses to make sure they've got their own house in order before they go off and try to get involved in some of these major projects. It's really important that you've got your internal administration systems in place to help you administer any contracts and comply with the tender processes before you even kind of dip your toe in the water with some of these projects.
And so from your perspective, Kylie, have there been any experiences we've seen recently around the growth in construction businesses and how they've perhaps managed or not managed that growth?
Yeah, absolutely. The construction industry is one of those areas that have relatively high insolvency rates compared to some other industries, and we've seen a common area where people tend to get themselves into trouble is when they're growing their enterprise. So some companies start out and you might be doing contracts and projects, a few $100,000 value contract values, and it's that time when companies try to step up into a slightly bigger contract value or project value playing field, and they might be growing too quickly or just haven't got the systems and processes in place to manage that bigger project, and that can be a time when people find themselves getting into trouble.
So Kylie, when it comes to tendering and participating in projects by wanting to tender for work, what's most important?
Most important is a conforming tender. You've got to make sure that you read and understand the tender terms and conditions and the proposed contract terms and conditions. You've got to make sure that your tender includes everything that the contractor or the head contractor has asked of you. You've got to make sure that you understand the contract itself, the construction contract that you will be entering into, because you need to be able to price accordingly. If there's any onerous administrative requirements or things that aren't quite usual for your business, you need to make sure that you're aware of those before you submit your tender.
So basically, making sure you know the contract that's going to apply,
Yep.
and price and tender accordingly, taking into account those contract risks.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kylie. So if there's any questions that you in your construction business may have in relation to tendering or participating in some of the exciting projects that are about to be undertaken across the region, feel free to reach out to Clifford Gouldson lawyers. Kylie and her team can certainly help you. Until we speak again, all the best to you, your business and your family. Bye-bye.